welcome to the state of the stream for June. Well, this is the first time we've actually ever done that. So this is the first one. Now, this is going to be a monthly recurring segment, at least for now in my mind. So this could still change. And it really marks a new chapter in the book that is this live streaming, content creating thing, dream that we have. And the idea for this segment is to do like three kind of things. So first of all, we want to have a look back of where we are on our goals that we set for ourselves, not only for the month, but in general, a quick look back at where we are and today and what we wanted to set out compared to that. And then the second part is announce any changes that will happen in the near future. So like in the next couple of months, next month or so. And then we really want to take an even further look to share with you guys some of the things that we'll be doing towards the future. So yeah, we've got a lot to go through, guys. Like I said, I tried this already once. It was a 20-minute video. So let's dive right into it. So just in general, let's have a look back. I think we've been doing great. We got to affiliate rather quickly, maybe in a month and a half. We are up to 8 subs so far. And I think we are right now at 59 followers. I saw that somebody followed us earlier today. So yeah, thank you very much for that. But that's not bad. Imagine, like starting out like halfway through April, being like, oh, let's try this streaming thing. And we've been grinding. It's been definitely good. It's been an amazing journey with you guys, and I've had so much fun. However, is that really where I want to be today? Is that like, how are we compared to our goals? Well, not exactly where I wanted to be. So the goal for the end of June was to get to 12 subs. Currently we are at 8, so that's 4 more, still possible, of course, and 65 followers. Now, the fact that we didn't get to our goal, that's not your fault, that is mine. Because I didn't clearly do 2 things. I didn't communicate what the goals were regularly on social media, so you guys are aware of them. And most importantly, I didn't clearly communicate what the incentive would be if we got to the goal. Now, I'm here to rectify that today. So if we get to 12 subs by the end of the month, I will do a 12-hour stream. I will. And if we get to 15 subs, you will be able to make that 12-hour stream a challenge in some kind. Now, I already have some content ideas for the upcoming week, so tomorrow. But I was thinking something along the lines of, you know what, can we beat Dark Souls, like 3 for example, just the base game, in 12 hours? And how many times would we die? If we could keep it under an X amount of times, that would be great. But if I go over them, shouldn't I give you guys something? Something like that. So let's say I could do it with dying less than 200 times or something. Then, I could, or if I die more than 120 times, I could give away like a game key or something to you guys. So that's pretty neat, right? I would love that. So if we get to 15 subs, you guys will decide what that challenge is going to be in that 12-hour period. So I think that is reason enough to get cracking on telling all your friends and even your parents to come check out the stream, follow it, subscribe, whatever you want to do. If we hit our goals, we will do that. If you are not subbed yet and you're watching this and you're really wondering, why should I do this? Like, what's in it for me? Well, you'll be, first of all, helping me out with like a financial incentive, and you'll be committing to the stream, and that will be visible when you chat. You'll get a special badge, you'll get access to special emotes, etc. But more importantly, you'll get to see stuff like the last reward stream, which will involve me in a Pikachu onesie during a live roleplay of Warhammer 40k. So very unique conversation. And if you want to see how that exactly went, I'll link to it in the description. It's bonkers, man. Make sure you watch it. So that's really it for the goals for June. Now, I will communicate the goals for July in July. So this one comes at a pretty awkward time, but I wanted to get this video out as soon as possible. Because, well, that gets us to our second point, changes to the channel. And there's quite some. First of all, I would like to announce that I'm officially dropping Fridays as a streaming day. Why? Well, there's really two and a half things that go into that decision. First of all, I need to rest. Man, I've been working full-time 39 hours a week, and I've been streaming for 12 hours the last month, 2 months, 2.5 months, and then I work on the stream 4 hours outside of that on a channel as well. Now, that was all fine during Corona times, but everything is now like mellowing out a bit. People can go out and do some stuff, and the social life is picking up as well. And I need to find some time to be able to, first of all, rest and keep my social life in order. Now, I don't have that much of a social life, so it's not like you're gonna lose me on camera. You'll see my face more than enough. Actually, that will get us to our second point. But I just don't want to burn out, man. If I would go at this pace and still find time to do, like, see friends and stuff, that's just too much. Now, I'm not leaving you hanging completely out in the open. It's also important for me, and it's a bit paradoxical as first, but to think about, but I'm also doing it to grow faster. Now, the best way from all the research I've done to grow quicker on Twitch is to start doing YouTube as well. Why? Because YouTube is a search engine, and people will look for certain content on YouTube or on Google, which is basically YouTube in a way. And then the site will go through all the videos and give you hits on certain, keywords and everything. It doesn't really matter how that exactly works. Now, that will allow me to, with certain content that is searchable and thusly findable when I produce it, for them to invite them to come watch the Twitch stream. And I would really like to do that. I mean, that's the idea, right? So it's not only for me to improve the existing content on the stream. Like this week, we're gonna start playing the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order game on the hardest difficulty on New Game Plus. I've already finished it once, but I really wanted to give myself a challenge, and we're gonna just see how that goes. So I want to start figuring out and figuring out streaming content that is interesting for you guys to watch, where there's a certain tension between me and you. Like I said in the 12-hour stream example, we could do that on other games as well, but we also want to make room for that new content, which is the YouTube channel. So we're gonna finally be using the YouTube channel. I've made it since the beginning, and I've barely used it. It's been driving me nuts. So here's how it's gonna work. On Fridays, that will serve for me as a day to do the recording, and I will edit probably around Sunday. That's the idea for now. Now, what in terms of what I'll play actually? Well, I'll be playing lesser-known indie games in a segment I like to call, not very originally, but Elnilson Tries. Now, the first, I just realized, well, not just realized, but I recently realized when I said it out loud that that's a ripoff of at least what I've been seeing at Northern Lion Tries, where he tries out certain games as well. Go give that a check as well. But yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing. So the idea is to give it like a multiple hours first playthrough, and then I'll also at the end of like 2 hours in like shorter segments. So we're not gonna dump 2 hours of footage in like one video. We're gonna cut that up in different videos, and I will also have a segment at the end of each game that I tried that's called Elnilson Tried, where I'll give a short summary of my thoughts on it, like in a 5 to 7 minute kind of ratio, where I'll go through who this game's for and what I thought of it. So that also means that there will need to be regular content on the YouTube channel at some point, and we will need to find a way to make that content happen. And that's not going to be a smooth... God damn it, mosquito. That's not going to be a smooth process. And it's going to take some time for me to figure out, because that's completely new to me. I have not a lot of experience editing videos, and I'm looking forward to it. It's definitely got me excited. So yeah, that's really it. I want to synergize those two audiences, where people will come in, where I can make them aware that on YouTube, where I can make them aware that I'm streaming on Twitch, and then you guys to get content on demand, basically, when I have put it out there and you miss me and I'm not live, then you can watch me there. So yeah, that's pretty much it for what is happening in like the next couple of weeks. So in terms of when exactly all that is going to happen, so Fridays will be dropped effective immediately. So there will be no more streams on Fridays. Now that does mean does that mean that the YouTube content will be there immediately? No, of course not. It's just gonna take some time. So you'll have to give me some leeway there to get content out. That brings us really. So I'm super excited to do all that, but that brings us really to the look ahead for the next couple of months. What's up? What's going on for the Elnilson gaming brand? Well, there's actually a lot of exciting news, guys. First of all, I've been invited to do a trial segment for a podcast that could potentially turn into a recurring piece. Now, it's a gaming podcast. It's a bunch of investors in gaming and esports that try to learn from each other and their investment because it's such a new space. And what I would like to do is bring, because I've listened to it a couple of times and I really feel that they are looking at it from the money and investment angle. Of course, they're investors, but I want to bring another voice into that. So there's developers on there as well, but I haven't heard any consumers there. And I've worked at Xbox, I've worked at Microsoft, so I've seen the big corporations, but I'm also primarily a gamer. And I'm a consumer, so I'm the audience. So here's what I think of it. Here's what I like to see. And that's a unique kind of voice that I haven't heard yet. And I think that's going to create like some discussion at least. And I hope that they will like that. So when that's all gonna go live, I have no clue. I can't give you much more detail. I'm working on it. I have to record it as well, and it has to make sense. So this will take some time, but keep you posted on that. So the whole rebranding, the logo, the emote, and the anthem that we're producing, well, that's very much near the end. So the contracts have been signed. Well, they haven't been signed yet. I'm about to sign them. So as soon as I'm done recording and editing this, I'm gonna sign 2 of those documents and send them back. Then the money will be transferred, and then the final the final details will be put into the work. So if everything goes right, first week of June, somewhere first week of July, we'll be able to share those new logos, emotes, and the music. Now, in terms of the new assets for the whole overlays, that's going to take a bit more time because we want them to be animated as well, and we want them to be original and fit with the vibe. So that's really phase 2. Hopefully that will be done by halfway August, but we'll see. I'll keep you posted to that. But very excited, new man. Like I've seen the emote, I've seen the logo, and it's gotten me super excited, man. Actually, some of you have seen it, and man, I just can't wait to share with you the music and the emote, man. This is really like, that's the next step. Then there's also this thing, guys, that I have to admit, and that's the third thing we're going to talk about today, that I have a second big passion as well, and it is it's food. Like, I'm a food addict, man. I love cooking, I love eating, I love reading, watching food content. I'm just all about food. So yeah, there's been some demand from people around me to get the recipes whenever I share pictures on my socials. Like last week I made like chickpea fries because my girlfriend can't eat carbs at the moment for digestive reasons or something. And I really wanted her to have some fries, and I saw this on like I'm not sure, but somewhere I saw on YouTube this recipe. I was like, man, I gotta try that. And I was like, oh, it's so great, man. And the pictures looked amazing. And man, a lot of people just ask me straight out, like in my DMs, like, dude, where's the recipe? Get me that recipe. I mean, I'm not a genius. I didn't make that recipe. I just got it off online. But hey, you know, that's what people want. I'll give them the cooking channel. So, well, that brings me to maybe a new YouTube channel, Elnilson Cooks, where I will be making cooking videos. When will that happen? Well, as soon as my girlfriend and I have our own place, we're going to do a trial run, and I'll talk about that in the next point. We'll do a trial run for that when we have some more time in the kitchen. But that will be a regular thing as soon as me and my girlfriend get our own apartment. But that is something that we're looking into, and I won't be able to share more details on that yet. Now, the fourth thing I want to talk about is holidays, guys. So in July, we are going to be out for 2 weeks. Now, what does that mean? Now, I already hear you Dude, you were sick last week. You streamed only once. Like, bruh, why? Why? I can't see you for 2 weeks. Are you kidding me? Well, it's... Yes, you won't be able to see me live, but I will be bringing my whole desktop situation and I will be producing a shitload of YouTube content. Now, I'll be working in the meantime. We're actually house and cat sitting at the same time at somebody's house for other people who are away on holiday, and I don't think their internet is going to be strong enough for me to do Twitch full time. So yeah, we're not gonna do that exactly. So what we're gonna do is make like a shitload of YouTube content, so you'll be getting videos regularly. It's just been the Steam indie game summer sales thingy where there's like a shitload of demos online all of a sudden, and man, it just looks amazing. There's so much stuff I want to try, so be on the lookout for a lot of content that's going to be made in those 2 weeks, and that will net out a lot of content later. I will also try out some YouTube cooking thing format that I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it yet. Mosquito. But yeah, I will communicate more on this later in my socials for the exact dates. And whatever content you can be sure to get. I've got this long of a list of games I want to try out, man, so I'm set for like the next weeks and months. Now, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, that's pretty much it. That's our state of the stream and state of the channel for June. I would like to thank you all for being here. If you haven't subscribed here yet on YouTube, then press that follow button or that subscribe button, like and subscribe and comment if you want to. Let me know actually what kind of challenge you want to see when we get to the 12 subs and do the 12-hour subs challenge. I really think I can beat Dark Souls in 12 hours. Change my mind. Fuck my life. So that means this channel right here, as I already said, but also the other channels that you can see on the screen right now. And with that being said, guys, thank you very much. I hope you had fun, and until next state of the stream. Elnilson out.